Collision. Dakota Johnson stunned at the 2025 Zurich Film Festival, publicly intimate with Jamie Dornan. The city of Zurich is aglow with the lights of the Zurich Film Festival, ZFF, one of Europe's most important international film festivals, bringing together big stars, talented directors and highly anticipated films. Switzerland tourism. +2. Wikipedia. +2. On the opening day, the weather was cool and breezy, and the scene at Sechselautenplatz, where the festival center is located, was bustling with passersby. The red carpet was meticulously prepared. Cameras, lenses, fans, international reporters, all eager to capture the stars' moments. ZFF.com. +1. Among the honored guests and side events, it was rumored that Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan would appear together, although there was no official confirmation. The media has been keeping an eye on the fact that they have recently seemed to be keeping their distance, unfollowing each other, interacting less on social media, not appearing together at events like before. Rumors are flying. All eyes now turn to the possibility of them walking the red carpet together. What intimate gestures, what was behind the previous silence? G-Hour. Premiere and surprise moment. On the third night of the festival, there was a premiere of a famous indie film where Dakota was the guest of honor, and Jamie was invited as a guest actor, not in the film being screened but involved in a mentoring role for the young director. The audience naturally felt, these two will meet, and then, they appeared. The red carpet began. Dakota Johnson stepped forward, gorgeously dressed, elegant black dress, low bun, light makeup but bright eyes, bright smile. Jamie Dornan appeared behind her, perfectly tailored black suit, classic white button-down shirt, delicate pocket square. Cameras flashed continuously, the moment everyone had been waiting for. Dakota and Jamie walked side by side. She leaned over to Jamie. No one could hear what she said, but Dakota could be seen whispering. Jamie bowed her head towards her, seemingly listening carefully. Then, Jamie gently placed his hand on Dakota's shoulder, pulling her close for a brief moment, a small impact but in everyone's eyes, it was bigger than any words. Someone captured the image. Dakota smiled, slightly tilted her head to Jamie's shoulder, her eyes were a bit solemn but full of emotion. Jamie patted Dakota's back, the movement of her hand was very light but enough to make social media stir that night. The wave of media and reaction. As soon as reporters posted the series of photos on the internet, everyone exploded. Hashtags like #Dakota Jamie Zurich, #intimate on the red carpet, #Zurich shock appeared all over Twitter, Instagram, and celebrity news sites. Major entertainment news sites posted, Dakota Johnson stunned the audience when she suddenly hugged Jamie Dornan on the Zurich red carpet. The intimate gesture in Zurich. Is Dakota Jamie just co-stars? Jamie Dornan Dakota Johnson, a public reunion? Fans are divided. Some believe it was just a casual moment between two actors who are friends, others argue that there's something bigger going on, romance, a comeback, or even PR. Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan both kept quiet that night. Dakota posted only a few Instagram stories, a blurry photo of Paris. She seemed to be resting after the event, captioned simply, "A beautiful night for art." Jamie posted a photo of Zurich city lights through a window, captioned, "A moment that captures the heart." Number one mentioned each other. No obvious tagging. Rumors theories spread. In the days after the event, rumors surrounding the actors spread. Could Dakota and Jamie have rekindled their relationship outside of work? Many remember that they were close during the filming of 50 Shades, and at one point there were rumors that they were soulmates, or more. The intimacy in Zurich was seen as the first step of an admission, media strategy or a desire to make noise before a new project. There is a theory that the two are preparing for a collaborative project, maybe a film, maybe an advertisement, maybe a fashion campaign, and that appearing intimate is a way to create buzz. Is the emotional interaction real or just an artistic expression in front of a crowd? Many comments suggest that they are just acting, a moment acting like old friends, like colleagues, to create a feeling of closeness and remind the audience of the 50 Shades feeling. Some even analyze the way they look at each other, the eyes, the distance, body language. People think that the intimacy is real, if small. Reactions from each side. Dakota's fans say Shush is strong, she has rights, and if she has feelings, that's her business, but they hope Shush is also polite and respectful. Jamie's fans say H is quiet, maybe it was just a moment of empathy, not to be overstated. Dakota's surprise interview. About 2 days after the film festival, in an international radio interview that took place online, Dakota was asked about the Zurich night. Reporter: Dakota, in the photos that came out in Zurich, people saw you and Jamie Dornan having very intimate gestures, hugging shoulders, putting a hand lightly on your back. Is that something you want to share about your relationship? 1 person, 2, beyond work and friendship? Dakota paused for a few seconds, her eyes flickering with consideration, then answered softly. I value Jamie as a friend, maybe more than a friend I've worked with for many years. The night in Zurich is beautiful, the light, the wishes, the art. There are moments when you want to show gratitude, intimacy, without making grand declarations. I believe in the value of respecting boundaries and keeping the most precious things private. She continued, I don't want to look at a photo and judge a whole story. There may be more depth, memories, emotions, but the truth isn't always in the flash or the caption. After the interview, several articles took the headline, Dakota denies promise, intimacy doesn't mean promise. Jamie's recall and the publicity that followed. Jamie Dornan was invited to a podcast later, where the topic of the relationship between art and public opinion came up. A panelist asked, do you feel like that moment in Zurich could be misinterpreted, or exploited beyond its capacity? Jamie smiled gently. Yes, sometimes a small moment of resolution can be magnified into a big thing. I go on stage, I welcome my colleagues, I thank my benefactors. If there are gestures that are quickly written down and shared, I'm not against that. But the important thing is that I know who I am beyond the pictures. He added, I really like Dakota, I really like the time I spent working with her, the memories, and if I put my hand on her shoulder that night, if I looked at her with such importance, it was because there was a common bond, a common career. It could be friendship, it could be more, but neither has been officially said. Public opinion is divided. Some people praise the intimate moment as a beautiful expression of human feelings, without labels, without announcements. Others are skeptical. Is there PR behind it? Is there a merger arrangement? Is there a truth hidden behind the silence? Artistic humanistic impact. In addition to the scandalous event, the Zurich event brought many things worth mentioning. The value of empathy and intimacy. Many fans said that the moments between Dakota and Jamie reminded them that stars are not just beautiful images, but people with emotions, with intimacy, mutual importance, things that are not always expressed in words. How the public treats intimacy between artists. In the past, if there was an election of only intimacy between celebrities, the press and social networks could quickly call it special feelings, scandal. This time, the discussion opened up. Intimacy is not always love, not always something big. Sometimes it is just an expression of respect, gratitude, sharing good feelings in work and art. Applying the image. Dakota and Jamie, both of whom have been under the flash for too long, have to face the fact that every small action being scrutinized. The gentleness of the job, the eye contact, the shoulder-to-shoulder interaction, all of which can be exaggerated into a big story. This makes it possible for both to choose to keep quiet. As seen, fan responses are positive. Some fans are excited, Finally they showed they're still together. Some other fans are also moved if they want more. E.g. a clear romantic relationship. There are all those who just want Dakota to be left alone, not included in the discussion of private feelings.